Hello everybody, it's Duane Success King and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to reveal the 4 tiers of credit, something that I created exactly showing you what you must do if you want to raise your credit score and live in the top tier. This isn't theory, it's an absolute proven system, and if you stick with it, you'll know what to do at each tier, what cards to use, how to use them, how to move up, and how to maintain your score once you're in the top tier. So grab a pen, turn off the distractions, and let's dive in. But before we do, I want you to subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell, and when we're done, leave me a comment so that we know exactly where you are. Now, this is what I want you to believe. I want you to believe you can move your credit from a low tier into a top tier. You can qualify for the best interest rates, the best cards, the best financial offers, and today you're going to see exactly how to do it. First, I want to define the 4 tiers that I teach. I'm using a system I created to simplify what most lenders see and to help my clients win. So, tier 4 are scores of 579 and below. This is the worst tier that your credit can be in. Tier 3 is scores of 580 to 630. Tier 2 are scores of 631 to 680. And Tier 1 scores of 681 to 850. And realistically, we're aiming for 750 plus within Tier 1. Now, you'll note that many credit score resources break ranges slightly different. For example, if you look at Experian, it's going to say poor is 300 to 579, and fair is 580 to 669, and good is 670 to 739, and very good is 740 to 799, and exceptional is 800 to 850. But for clarity, I'm using these 4 tiers to help you move through a system. You might be on tier 4 today, and that's okay. We'll show you exactly what to do at that level and every level. So why should you care about moving up tiers? Because the tier you're in affects the interest rate you'll get when borrowing money, whether you'll get approved for good cards, the financial freedom you'll enjoy. For example, when you're in tier 1, you're the borrower that lenders want. They'll offer you the best rates, best terms. If you're in a lower tier, you'll have higher costs, fewer options. So raising your tier equals raising your financial power. Now, before we walk through each tier, I need to lay out the 2 core rules of this system. These rules must be followed for the system to work its best for you. Rule number 1, you always use just the card you last got approved for. When you move into a new tier and get a new card, you retire the previous card. Now you keep it open, but you don't use it actively. You don't consistently use 2 cards. Rule 2, you must keep the balance of the card you're using under 10% on your statement date. These 2 rules form the backbone. Get a card, use it wisely, keep balance low, then when you move up, retire that card, get the next. If either rule is broken, for example, you use 2 cards actively or you let balances creep above 10%, the system slows or it even fails. Now let's look at these tiers. Tier 4, scores of 579 and below. If you're in tier 4, you might feel stuck, but the good news is this. This is where change literally begins. Here's what I want you to do on this level. Apply for a secured credit card. I recommend the Discover It secured credit card as my first choice because when it converts, and it will, it's going to also help you when you get to tier 1. Now, this, if you apply and get denied, pick a secured card that converts into a regular card after 6 to 8 months of proper usage. This is your goal. Once you get approved, use only that card. Keep the balance under 10% on your statement date. Pay on time each and every month. Retire any old negative behaviors you have. No more multiple cards, no more high balances. You may feel like you're at the bottom now, and that's okay. Use that feeling as motivation. Feel the frustration and let it drive you. You can change this. Open the secured card, use it responsibly, track your score, move into Tier 3. Tier 3, scores of 580 to 630. Once you hit 580, or you're there at the bottom of top of Tier 4 or the bottom of Tier 3, you're ready for your next card type. And here's what I want you to do. Apply for one of these three. Credit One Bank, Petal, P-E-T-A-L, or First Premier Bank. And then I want you to use only that one card. So you're going to retire that secured. Follow the rules. Keep balances under 10% on statement date, and always, always, always pay a little early. Continue usage until your score gets to 631 or just above, because that signals you are now at Tier 2. You're moving out of the worst zone into a more stable place. Feel the small wins, approvals. Your score is climbing. Control is returning. Use the card. Track your balance. Watch your scores rise. Get ready for Tier 2. Tier 2, scores of 631 to 680. Welcome to Tier 2. You're growing. You're getting serious. The card you now hold is strategic. Now here's what you do. At 631, apply for a card at Capital One. That's right. This is a game changer. Go to CapitalOne.com and see what you qualify for. Whatever card you're approved for, take it. Capital One is a major player and helps build strong profiles. Use only this Capital One card. Keep the balance under 10% on your statement date. Pay on time. Do not open any other cards at this point. You're going to stay with this until you get to 650. Here's where you're going to apply for one of these three cards. Either another Capital One, a Navy Federal Credit Union, or a PenFed Credit Union. Each of these cards will bring great weight to your profile. When you get the new card, retire the old one and keep the balance of this new one below 10% on your statement date. You're now seen by lenders as improving, so feel the confidence coming back. You're no longer at the bottom, you're climbing. Use the card, keep balances low, avoid distractions, get to the target score. Now, you're going to now get yourself up to Tier 1. Scores of 681 and above. Congratulations. You're at Tier 1 territory. This is the top zone where the best rates and perks live. But here's the catch. Reaching Tier 1 is one thing. Staying there and moving up to 750 plus is another. So we need to handle some new actions. Here's what I want you to do now. At 681, you have access to much better interest rates. So contact all your credit cards and request interest rate reductions. If you financed a car earlier, reach out to something like Capital One Auto Finance and see about refinancing at a lower rate. If you own a mortgage, check the market. You might refinance for a lower rate. Now you got to note this, mortgage rates often depend on the economy and not just a credit score, so check it out. But by doing this, getting these adjustments, you are going to see your score move into the 700s. And there are cards that I want you to look at strategically now when you're in the 700s. When your score is in the 700s, you'll aim to have 3 of 5 strong cards added to your profile over the next year. First, I want you to apply for an American Express credit card. Choose a card that fits your lifestyle costs and reward style. Use it under the same rules as before. After you've had the American Express for roughly 6 months, I want you to pick one of these 4 cards. Discover Financial Services, Chase Bank, Bank of America, or Wells Fargo and Company. Only apply for one of those 4. After you receive it, bring your American Express balance down to nearly 0. You can still use it for travel or points, but strategically. Use your new card following the rules we have set in place. This is critical. After about 6 more months, apply for your third card in this tier. Use it under the same system. With those 3 cards used properly, you'll see your score move into 750 plus territory. Now, there is maintenance and discipline you must pay attention to. Even in tier 1, you only use 1 primary card at a time in the system sequence. You still avoid using 2 cards consistently. Continue keeping balances under 10% on your statement date and on the active card. Use the credit strategically. Pay monthly expenses with the card, get the cash back, then pay the full balance when due. Use the cash back wisely. You now walk among the financially elite. Feel the shift. You're no longer held back by credit. You're empowered. With great power comes great responsibility. Use it. Request the rate reductions. Get the cards in order. Use them strategically. Stay disciplined. Your financial freedom accelerates. Now, I want to talk about detachment. Why you must detach. Now I want to teach a key mindset. This is mindset. This is vital to staying in tier 1 and beyond. What is detachment? It's the ability to not be emotionally tied to the credit card, the balance, the fear of score falling, all that stuff. You act of strategy, not panic. You behave like the financial CEO of your life, not someone reacting. In the believe, feel, act version, believe I am the master of my credit. I am not owned by my credit card. Feel, I feel calm. I feel in control. I feel detached from the daily stress of what if my score drops. Act, I set my system. I follow the rules. I monitor. I don't react emotionally. I adjust strategically when needed. Why this matters? If you become emotionally reactive, stressing about balances, using cards under pressure, juggling multiple cards, you break the system. Detachment keeps you in command. This is ever important. Now, I want to give you some extra pro tips, a few more things to help you optimize. Balance reporting date versus statement date. Keep your active cards balanced under 10% on your statement date, not your due date. This is what you have to know that is important for those looking at your credit. Then we have these authorized user trick things that we have to be very cautious about. When adding an authorized user can help, you also have to also know that if the primary user has perfect habits, it helps. Otherwise, it's a risk. Then you've got to know to keep old accounts open. The length of your credit history counts. It's about 15% of your score. Avoid too many applications. Each new hard inquiry is a small risk. The system prescribes only 1 application at each stage. Monitor your score and reports. Check your credit reports regularly for errors or accounts you didn't open. Use credit for cash back, not debt. The strategy of paying monthly expenses with the card, earning cash back, then paying the balance in full allows you to leverage credit instead of being enslaved by it. Now it's time to act. If you're watching this and you realize you're in tier 4 or tier 3, that's okay. You've got a plan now. If you're already in tier 2 or tier 1, even better. You know your next move. But here's the question for you. Which tier are you right now? Where are you going to apply for your next card? Comment below and tell me your current tier and which card you're going for next. If you found this video helpful, do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more strategic credit building content, and share this with someone who really could use it, because their credit ladder also lifts others. And remember this, you're the CEO of your credit. You are the strategist. You are in control. Be blessed. I'll talk to you again real soon.